Welcome back. We are live with another update of what's happening with the US Israeli assault over Iran. Some rumors have been starting to spread right now that maybe Khamenei was actually eliminated. There's also, I won't even say rumors, there is literally indications coming right now in the Israeli media talking. I'll tell you like this. This is what they're saying. A barrage of rockets have been shot into Israel. There's another barrage of attacks that are happening in Iran. Also, a hotel in Dubai was hurt. Updates are coming right now from the operation Lion Roar. Again, that is the name that Israel gave this operation. I'm not so sure what did the Americans give it. By the way, is my sound and audio working good, guys? I'm trying to do this from another place right now, another location. So tell me if the sound and audio is working good. It looks like there's some more attacks that are going towards American bases in the Middle East. Some people got injured. Riyadh was attacked, and a report about an attack on a hotel in Dubai, and an attack and a hit in an airport in Kuwait. The Air Force is going right now with a wave of attacks. Another wave of attack over Iran. We're talking about the U.S. Air Force and Israel Air Force are working together right now. Boy, I would not want to be on the other end of the U.S. and the Israeli Air Force. These are the most deadliest, lethal air forces in the world in so many possible ways. You can't even start with that. With the Mossad and the CIA, right now, everybody together, hunt into one devastating machine to bring down the regime. Let's give you some more updates. The Ramatkal, which is the chief of staff of Israel, said ahead of us there is a very significant operation, something that we've never heard before. This is very serious words coming from the head of the Israeli Defense Forces. There's also some kind of a cautious optimism that the leader, the supreme leader of Iran, Khamenei, which is, if you translate it to Hebrew, it's Brownie, which makes sense now when you see that he's always wearing brown pants and his name is Brownie. When you have the Israeli and the Americans coming after you, that is a very smart and very advised thing for all the enemies of the West, when you have Israel and America coming for you. So they're saying that Khamenei might have been eliminated. Guys, this is insane. If he was eliminated, it's going to be a big thing. And also they're saying that maybe the head of the IRCG was eliminated as well, and the Minister of Defense, and a few other, and I'm going to show you some of the pictures right now of the people that they believe that they eliminated. But here's the thing you need to understand. This is undoubtedly would be a plan that I can see Donald Trump standing behind, because the first impact of a military attack is extremely crucial for the success. I'm saying that as someone who was an officer in the IDF. They teach you that in Officer Academy. Remember when Russia attacked Ukraine? The first impact was very bad. They were very, very ill prepared, and they got their Tusik handed to them by Iranian drones and by Iranian Falanga Ukrainians, that were going around and fighting them. And that war just prolonged. When Israel went and attacked Iran, in the first 4 hours, they eliminated the entire chain of command almost. And in 4 days, they've just reached amazing outcomes. So America knows the importance of that. And Donald Trump knows that he needs to come and bring a crucial blow from the beginning that will boost the morale and will change the tide of war. So for them to come and want to eliminate Khamenei and all the other people around it, especially when he came in and said, hey, listen, that's what we're going to do. If you don't come back, if you don't stop killing your own people, we're going to kill you. So it looks like this might have actually happened. Someone is asking, is Bibi on a plane? So yes, the Air Force One of Israel seemed to be already in the air for several hours already, which shows how serious the situation is. Now, let's jump in right now and watch some of the videos. By the way, this is a very interesting video to watch.
مسيرة يا شباب
مسيرة drones are coming.
مسيرة اضرب 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 اضرب.
When they're saying اضرب, as someone who comes from Israel, who is native to speaking Arabic, because I'm Druze, this is literally the language that I grew up with. When you're shouting اضرب, it means hit them, and you say that in a very mocking way, in a very joyful way. Now, these are the people that allegedly should be the allies of the United States. What does that tell you about that, right? Now, in Bahrain, we do know that there's quite a big, significant Shia presence there, and it's not surprising that they will actually be happy with Iran bombing their own country and trying to kill and eliminate American soldiers there. But meanwhile, while Israel is fighting side by side with the Americans, you have allies in the Arab world that are rejoicing. That is not surprising. We've seen that in 9/11 when they gave baklawas and knafis all over the street. And also, just to remember who were the people who did 9/11, I would strongly recommend go and just Google right now who were the terrorists and where did they come from. Might be very surprising for some young ones today.
يا علي يا علي
More Shia
سامي ده تحمل مسؤولية
Muslims
أنت
in Bahrain
تحمل
celebrate
مسؤولية
the strike. There was a drone that managed to
نروح مساء
come and
نقول
hit
لك
an
احنا
American base, one of the
احنا
biggest
لو
bases
صار
America
نشي
have
احنا
in the Middle
داخل
East. And
احنا لو
from what
صار
I
نشي
understood,
داخل
there
منو
is
المسؤول
someone injured, maybe a few. We're not so sure yet. I don't want to give you false reports here.
نقول لك
I don't know.
كلمهم
I'm gonna
خلنا
say I
نمشي
don't. But they're just saying here, you know, Ya Ali, Ya Ali,
روح
they're
جيب
excited,
السيارة
they're happy. They brought this on themselves. Here is an image illustrated from Israel showing where are they striking right now. This comes from the IDF. Aerial defense systems in Karmanesh, sites where the advanced, what does that say? Where advanced aerial defense system SA-65 is located as west. Again, you want to take the aerial defense systems immediately because you want to establish air dominance. Once you have air dominance over the battlefield, that's it. The war is basically over. Now it's just a matter of time until you win. So to do that, we know that in the last war, Israel used not only the Air Force, but also special forces and the Mossad, who were their local agent and including agent that came from Israel. Allegedly, I'm not, confirming anything, wink, wink, but they went and literally there was videos of these agents, all blurred, going around and deploying these basically Islamic regime hunting machines and taking these launchers as they were going and eliminating all kind of patrols and convoys and anything that might. The people were saying that the Mossad was running freely in the streets of Tehran when that was happening, just taking down these guys. Now look at the list of people that they believe that might have been killed. In 3 hours from the beginning of the war, we still haven't had an official statement because they want to confirm that. The last thing you want to do is jump the gun and say, yes, we killed him, and then the guy comes in, because you get the exact opposite effect. So I'm believing right now in America, they're just sitting on their two-seat right now, waiting, confirm, confirm, confirm. We want to come to the world, and you want to show that we are capable, and that's what we did right now. Eliminated all of their leadership so fast, which is very humiliating for Iran, if you have to say. Like, you can see all these videos all the time, we're gonna take you, but that's a classic Muslim thing in the Middle East, where they jump over the weight class and always pick a fight with stronger foes. So they're believing that he was eliminated. Oh, remember him? Like, last time also they said that he was eliminated as well, but he wasn't. So I don't know this time. So top list of leaders, and like I said, Israel is saying that maybe Khamenei was eliminated. Americans warplanes striking in Tabriz, in a missile base, Revolutionary Guard base, explosion in Abu Dhabi after an Iranian missile hit. And they said that there was a hotel that was hit there. Someone saying that the name that the U.S. gave was Gabi Yon 1123, gave as massive fury. All right, as long as they don't call it tropical thunder, I'm fine with that. Actually, I wish they would call it tropical thunder.
Side pe ho jao, side pe.
Look at this. That's a crazy video. That's what the car. I think these are foreign workers. Maybe I'm wrong. I think so. Maybe. Now, if you saw this, I don't think that was the missile itself. It looked like debris, the fuel tank, because it was shot in the air, fell down, and here, I'll show you again. You can see. Look here. You see how slowly it's falling? The missile doesn't fall like this. This is just, whoa, boom. Fuel tank probably was aimed, I guess, for a further target and just fell because it was intercepted, but, it still can hurt. This is Iraq. Iraq is saying that they're seeing American Tomahawk missiles flying over the way to Iran, over the borders. Tomahawks. Flying. Someone saying that some of these rockets are also missiles are also Israeli. Guys, this is history in the making that is happening as we speak. Woo, look at that. Wow, sucks to be the Iranian right now. What's this? Again, more. So this is coming from the Kurds. This is the Kurds in Syria. We're seeing some of these missiles that have been flying over the Kurds during the war in Iraq, just going right now into Iran. Man, listen. Abu Dhabi. The Iranians are trying to take down everything they can with them, but it's not really working for them. I think this is in Dubai.
Some missiles launching here in Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi.
Big shit.
Meanwhile, all the people, I've seen some people, one of them is actually a weird guy. If you go and follow this guy, let me show you this guy. He's a weirdo. He's a weirdo. I'll see if I can find him. He's like an Irish guy that sits and talks like this, and all the time. He's basically very much against migration, which I completely understand him in many aspects. You see what migrations, with Muslim migration, have done to Europe. But he is full on, joining the Tucker Carlson. And sorry, first time Iran have shot hypersonic missiles. It looks more like a sperm flying in the sky. Forgive my French. I'll show you from the beginning. Right? Am I the only one seeing that? But anyway, that weird guy is trying to say right now how Israel is making this up again and again and again, and this never happened, and there's no nuclear weapons. So there's people that are being very protective right now over the IRCG, and we've seen that mostly around the left in the US and some of the left in Europe. They just hate Israel and America so much that they would rather see an entire nation massacred in Iran rather than being saved. Same like what happened with Venezuela. But meanwhile, the Iranian citizens are dancing in the streets as their country is being bombed. Why? Because it's the Persian people who've been oppressed by Islam, and they're finally receiving the help that might free them. Look at that. Iranian citizens in the streets dancing. They hate their government. They hate Iranians so much. They're very liberal. Look, old women, elderly women who had their entire life robbed from them. The entire chance for freedom, I can hear a drone. Happiness was robbed. So
right there, you see it?
Oh, this is crazy. Wow, watch it.
How about that? Oh, get it? There it is.
Iranian drone was flying. Taken down by
That was great, boys.
Get wrecked.
This is some of the US and Israeli equipment, let's call that way, that has been used to attack Iranian cheering for Israeli jets. Oh. Guys, this is history in the making. Cyrus the Great would have never imagined. Phoenix, marhaba ya akhi. Cyrus the Great would have never imagined that by what he did when he saved the Jews and helped them go back to their land, rebuild their temple, that several thousand years later, the Jews and the Christians, which are descendants, of the Jewish faith, will come. Because imagine, if Cyrus the Great would have not done that, the history of event would have been different, that allegedly you would not even have Christianity today, because the Jews would have never came back to their land, and then later on Yeshua Mashiach Jesus would have never came back.
The U.S. is mounting its largest military buildup in the
have done what he did, and thousands of years later, you have right now the Jews and the Christians side by side, Americans and Israelis, going around and saving the Persian people from the Islamist occupation, colonization, and oppression. What a crazy story. We are witnessing history in the making. This is part of the US equipment that we're seeing right now going around in the Middle East. Boo! I think America is also showing the world right now the capabilities that we have that's one country you don't want to mess with, because like I said, and I say that a lot of time in my videos, amateurs talk tactics, professionals talk logistics. And doesn't matter where, a big sign of the power of your country, of your nation, is logistics. And there's no other flex that you can come and say when it comes to logistics than waging such a war on an enemy so far away from you, literally so far away, in such an effective way. Such an effective way. This is a big, big flex. And also, one of the reasons that I personally believe that America is choosing right now to fly and fight from Israel rather than some of the Arab nations, people are saying they didn't let them, they don't want them. Maybe there is something to that, but there's also probably the fear, because mind you, if America will put all of its forces right now to fight from Israel, then the enemy will try to take down these forces and shoot them in Israel. Now, which country is capable of defending themselves better than anyone else in the Middle East? Israel, because Israel focused on defending its citizens, while the other Muslim and Arab countries around are focused on defending their own leadership from the people. That's dictatorship for you in a nutshell. When you are leading in a dictatorship or any other totalitarian regime, you're more focused, your army is like a royal guard. It's more focused on oppressing your own people and making sure they don't take the government, and you don't have the capabilities to actually defend your own country. See, like literally, missiles are hitting there and they're all panicking. I've seen you all in Godzilla. You all went Gayaka running around. I don't know if you watch Rush Hour, a great scene. So we've seen you all in Arabzilla. You all went Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. The moment a rocket hits you, they don't know how to deal with that. The only country that have the means and capabilities and the strength of its citizens right now is Israel. Lebanon in some ways, but that's because they've been beaten up again and again and again. Syria, but that's Al-Qaeda and ISIS land. Palestine, they're basically the lowest IQ among the Arab nations in the Middle East. That is literally proven statistically. Well, Yemen is more than that. But most Arab countries that are actually doing pretty well, they have a very soft stomach for that. And maybe America came and said, we're not going to attack from your land. We will go and attack from Israel, because Israel is actually capable of taking the hit. And remind you, the enemies of Israel, of America, Iran right now, who want to nuke America, and America is attacking it. Who is taking all the fire? Who is receiving it right now in Israel? They're being shots again and again at Israel. Not at America. They haven't reached New York yet, guys. They haven't reached New York. They haven't reached LA. Why? Because Israel is stopping them. So again, Israel is proven to be the Game of Thrones, the night watch of the realm, and holding the enemies of the West. Meanwhile, the West keep giving heat and hatred towards Israel. So here we go. In Jerusalem, there's supposed to be very, very soon alarms. I know there was alarms in the city of my mom, where she's living in Eilat. Apparently, there was a missile that landed on the Druze mountain in Sweden, killing 6 people. They don't discriminate. It's the same like Hamas. They just shoot, and wherever it hits, and whoever it kills. And unfortunately, most of the countries around us don't have the means or the will to protect their people. There's alarms all over Israel. The Ramatkal, Eyal Zamir, said for the first time, since I came to this role of being the chief staff of command of Israel, I told everybody that the winning and the destruction and defeating of our enemy, every enemy that will come and threaten the safety of Israel, will pay a heavy price. Trust us and trust on the strength of the IDF to work in the utmost power without any compromise in all of the fronts. There is a message here. In front of us, there is a long operation with dire, critical meanings, and for the fate that we've never seen before. So that what's at scale right now is something that we haven't seen before. Again, I'm translating for Hebrew right now. And to destroy the capabilities of the terror regime of Iran comes as one of the most important goals of Israel, since they were one of the main forces that was threatening the existence of the nation of Israel. And after a few more alarm, the Ramatkal, the chief of staff, said, the IDF, with combination of the US Army military, started attacking targets, strategic targets in Iran. We are ready with operational readiness, the highest operational readiness, to defend to do the defense on the offense. So they're saying basically our defense, it's the same like when you're playing basketball or other games, sometimes the best defense is offense. And this is a war that will ensure our existence and our future here in the land of our great-great-fathers, grandfathers, and for generations to come. Last June, we finished the operation Kilavi, which is a nation as a lion, where we struck and took back the nuclear project of Iran. We hit it very badly, and we also hit their defense missile systems, the ballistic missile systems that they had for the assault as well. And we sabotaged its plans that he was trying to bring towards destroying Israel and destroying their own people and the other partners that we have in the region. So this is crazy news, by the way. Oh, thank you so much, Enoch. Gerald Ford is the only aircraft carrier in the world that uses electromagnetic launch and brakes for aircraft instead of the old steam system. That's an interesting piece of information. I've never heard that before, but it sounds very interesting. So definitely recommend, guys, go and study about these, big aircraft carriers are very, very fascinating. I've seen some of them from close hand. It's something to behold. One Syrian guy was standing near me a few months ago. He told his friend 5 died in Syria from Iranian missile, but no worries, they are Druze. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. You have no idea the level of racism that is happening in the countries around of Israel. Anyway, guys, I gotta run here. Like I said in my last episode, I have a very dear friend that I promised that I will make it for their first 50th birthday. And they're going to be very upset with me if I don't, but I want to give you this update. I'm going to keep updating you with short clips as things are going from what I hear in the Israeli media, world media, and my contacts from the IDF and from all around the Ministry of Defense in all of its branches. My name is Mansour, former Israeli Special Forces officer. I'm going to try to give you the best analysis of what's happening in the Middle East. I was born and raised in Israel. I speak the language. I grew up in an Arab culture, English culture, American culture, Christian culture, European culture, Middle Eastern culture, you name it, Jewish culture. So I think I know these things inside out, and I'm going to try to give you the best news. By the way, look at the pin that I have here. Free Iran, free Iran, free Iran. We pray for you, the Persian nation, that you will come back to your glory and be rid and free from Islamic oppression. Stay safe. See you next time. And Phoenix, good to see you, brother. Salam alaikum, ya akhi. Ma'a salami. Goodbye. Lehitraot.